Welcome to the John Clavis Gomez Show. I'm your host, John Clavis Gomez, and my guest today is West End actress Cassidy John Johnson. Hi, Cassidy. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Great.
It's called here in the Philippines right now. It's cold.
It's cold.
It's cold here. Yes,
What's the temperature?
in Manila, Philippines.
What's the temperature?
It is. Yeah. I don't know I don't know the temperature, but it's cold.
Oh,
And
I bet it's warmer
and
than here.
can and hi, yes, yes. Um, uh, uh, can you introduce yourself to our listeners,
Yeah,
Cassidy?
sure. My name's Cassidy Jansen. I'm a West End actress and singer. I've had a couple of albums out, and I'm very pleased to be here chatting with you.
Yes, nice to meet you today. Uh, who inspired you to become an actress?
I don't know. I think probably when I was a little girl, my parents used to have on like Frank Sinatra, not Frank Sinatra, Grace Kelly movies, and I used to love watching him dance. So I might imagine that I was Sid Charisse dancing with Grace Kelly and not Grace Kelly. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Grace Kelly. What am I thinking of? Anyway, my brain's apparently not working today. But yeah, so old movies, Fred Astaire movies, and that's what inspired me.
I remember that when you get cast to play the role of Carol King for the West End production of Beautiful the Musical. What is your feeling on that? Because I see you on video on your Instagram that you met Carol King in the West when you are performing in the West End production of Beautiful the Musical. I think it was 2016 or 2017. What is your feeling on that? Meeting Carol King and her playing her on the musical.
Uh, it was it was an amazing feeling. So I was auditioning for it, and I already knew Katie Braben, who was playing Carol King before me, and it was very nice taking over from a friend. So she kind of gave me a few tips throughout the audition process, and then yeah, it was an amazing feeling getting offered that role because I kind of knew that it was going to be a career changing role. And then on top of that, just after I think about 9 months after playing the role, I got to meet and sing with Carol, and that was amazing singing with her at Hyde Park, and she's so lovely.
Yes, she is a great singer. I like her songs. I listen to her songs. Eh, As you know, I want to tell you that, Cassidy, I want to tell you that I'm a fan of the musical and Juliet. And last 2023, the the Australian production of and Juliet tour Southeast Asia. They tour Singapore and and they perform there, and the cast is Lucinda May Merripoor as Juliet, Blake Applebee's as Romeo, and the actress who play as Anne Hathaway there is Emily Palmer. They are great actors, on that musical, on the Australian production musical and Juliet. And And as a fan of the musical and Juliet, what is your favorite songster? Because you also play the role of Anne Hathaway in the West End production. And what is your favorite songster?
I love Teenage Dream. I just love the number. I think it's so. I've always said like that. The scene into the song, I think, is perfect. Angelique and Lance rekindling their very long ago romance, and then going into this mashup of Teenage Dream, and I just think it's hilarious, funny, heartbreaking. It's just brilliant. It's a perfect piece of theatre. Yeah.
Yes. You know, my favorite song in and Juliet musical is "It's My Life, It's
That's your
Now
favorite.
Over, I'm gonna live forever." That's my favorite song. Because I listen to that song on radio every day. It was played on many radio stations in the Philippines, and it was sung by Bon Jovi. That song, yes.
I
It's
remember when it first came out. I'm that old.
yes, yes. I love rock song. You know, I love that song. Uh, Last 2019, you released your own album, Kasidi. Can you tell us about that album?
Well, it's an album I'm very, very proud of. So I was working on it for a while. So Rupert Christie, who was my producer on that album, I knew him when I was a teenager, and we fortuitously bumped into each other at a wedding in like 2015. And he's like, "Oh, I'm doing some recordings. We should work together." So we started working together before I got Carole King. And then when I was playing Carol, we started to create this album together. And then I got offered the Leading Ladies album with Beverly Knight and Amber Riley. So then we put my Cassidy album on hold, did the Leading Ladies album, and then released Cassidy afterwards. And I'm really pleased that it happened that way because I think it made me understand how to promote an album. And yeah, and then sort of getting the final touches to the album Cassidy was it was really helpful to have a little bit more information about how to produce an album. And then, we wrote a lot of the album together. I co-wrote a lot of the songs, and I'm immensely proud of it. And I think the arrangements as well are great. So, and Carole King gave me a song. She gave me a song for the album called "You Beat Me to Goodbye." So, there was a lot of good luck with that album.
Yes, that album was nice. It. I listened to it on Spotify, and your songs are nice. I like your one of songs that I hear is "When a Woman Makes a Man."
It's a good song, huh?
Yes,
It's fun.
it was one of my favorite song on that album.
Well, that song actually was on is from a movie. So it's called Fisherman's Friend. It's a Brit flick. My song was on that movie.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
nice. Can you tell us about your upcoming show on Ronnie Scott next month from February 22 until April 12? And can you promote it to our listeners?
Absolutely. So from the 22nd of February, twice a month, I'll be playing with my band at the newly refurbished upstairs at Ronnie Scott's. And each week I will have a special guest, and we're going to be singing whatever songs we want to sing, basically. Probably a lot of musical theatre, but like some pop stuff, some jazz stuff. And what was really nice about it was I did it in the lockdowns, and it was so lovely hearing these actors that I'd either worked with or have known of for a long time sing the stuff that they like to sing. And there was some Emma Hatton in particular. She really blew me away because she did a lot of jazz stuff, and she sounds amazing singing jazz. So yeah, it was a real education. I loved it.
Yes. How they can buy the tickets to watch it, so our listeners from UK can know about how to buy the
You
ticket.
can go to the Ronnie Scott's website. So just Google Ronnie Scott's, and you can type in my name, Cassidy, and you should find all that jazz, Cassidy Jansen and Friends, and you should be able to book tickets.
Yeah. So go to that website so you can see that so you can see her upcoming show on February 22 next month. Also, I want to say shout out to my to one of my friends, Joe Pinch, one of my friends that I met online from United Kingdom. She is one of my best friend, and she wants to become a theater actress in the future. She is currently acting in amateur pantomime shows. Shout out to her. I want to shout out also Sarah Baker, an Australian actress. from 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 Australia. Uh, she was one of the cast of the Chess the musical in the West End as Sarah Baker. She is one of my guests too, and she is a nice person. So I want to shout out with her. I want to shout out uh, one of my friends in the US. I want to shout out Russell Greenstone. He is one of my friends from California that I met online. He is a talented actor also. He is in a community in an amateur community theater in California. Because I have many friends online, I want to shout out Maggie Merritt in from Florida, one of my friends that I met online. She is a playwright like me because I'm a playwright also. I made short I made my own short play, and also I made my own musical. Last December, I made my own short musical title, When I Want to See Santa. It is a short musical I wrote three about two children who wants to meet Santa, and Maggie Merritt is one of my inspiration of that. She is one of my inspiration. Uh, Also, here is the last question. Can you give a little advice to our listeners who wants to become an actor or actress like you?
Some advice would be is you've probably got to get an agent at some point, but if you can't, it's really worth getting together with a group of other actors. Say you've graduated from college, get together with a bunch of actor friends, and you can probably produce things and put them online, put them on YouTube because everything's free now. It used to be that you might have to hire a venue to do a gig, but now you can put things online for free, which is amazing, and create your own work uh, is a good place to start. And just try and keep the love of it alive. Try and remember why you're doing it. And if there's anything else that fills you up, do that because it's really hard sometimes being an actor and singer. There's a lot of rejection, and it's not stable. So if there's anything else at all that makes you feel amazing, do that because acting's really it's a lot. It's emotionally it can be quite a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. Aside from playwriting, I also acting on many online table reads. Last Saturday, I I played the role of steward in an online table with production of Into the Woods last
Ooh, I love that show.
Saturday. Yes. On and last year, last July 2025, uh, I play as the prince in an online table with production called Shakespeare. It is an They are an Shakespeare table with company, Shakespeare Theatre Company based on the UK. They held an online table with of Romeo and Juliet, and I played there as Prince. It is an online table with that was held on Zoom. It is a virtual. Many people around the world. I really really love acting too, and it really nice. In last Saturday in Into the Woods, I have many fellow cast member who are nice. I want to shout out them. Emma Clandon, who plays Cinderella. She is a graduate from Lane Theatre Arts from the UK. I want to shout out her. She is a great actress. And I want to shout out Chris Diaz, who play as the Cinderella's prince on the Into the Woods. He is from Connecticut. He is a great actor also. And I want to shout out uh, the person there who play as Granny, uh, Deborah Wade. And I forgot, Shaina Dean Rowe who play as the witch on that table with last Saturday. And 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 I want to say thank you, Cassidy, for guesting to my podcast, and it was nice to talk to you
It
today.
was really lovely talking to you. You're very sweet.
Yes, yes. You know, I'm a really good person. When I'm in high school, I get many honors on my school. Uh, I'm really
That's
good in
amazing.
English. Yes, I'm really good in English. On That's one of my favorite subject, English and history. Yes.
Yeah, your English
So
is
we have
amazing.
yes. So we have no time now because our interview is just for 50 minutes. And also don't forget to my listeners from UK, don't forget to see Cassidy on her upcoming show on Bonnie Scott next month, from February 22 until April 12. So go to the website. I'm gonna share the link on the description. So don't forget to buy the ticket. And thank you, Cassidy, for guest to my podcast. Yes, you are a
Thank you
really
so much
nice
for having
person.
me.
Yes, nice person, and you are a great actress. Yes.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes. Bye.